Hello, my name is Creostix and welcome back to Dear Esther, Landmark Edition. And we are once again in these dark and eventful caves and we're actually out. Okay, well that happened. Very well. Very well. So, and more candles again. I'm still wondering who lit these candles. Some what looks like a pile of clothes and a tent. Oh, that's some piano music then. Um, is that signifying something to me, or am I just...
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Okay. I feel like I'm supposed to go to the right, but I want to look at that diagram thing a little closer. It's not that bad of a detour to just go and do. So the overarching theme here kind of seems like there's... So it's alcohol, drunk driving, car accidents, and bad things happening, and maybe, like, alcoholism in general. That's what I'm gathering so far. Like, again, it looks like something is staring at me in the face, but I just don't get it. It looks like electrical diagrams, but those mean nothing to me. Physics was... Like, at chemistry I was okay. Physics, not so much. This is a pretty beautiful vista, though. Nice view. I wonder if this is where I'm supposed to... I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want to drown again. I have already drowned once in the game. I don't want to do it the second time. The death counter in Dear Esther should not be more than 1. It should not be more than 0 to be precise, but there's already 1. We can't do much about that anymore. And a candle. Careful. If Jaws jumps up from here, I seriously quit. Ooh. Oh well. Where's the check anyway? Ooh, this doesn't feel right. I saw Jaws when I was like 6 years old, or maybe even 5. That left an impression on me about water and things that live under the surface of that water. So I wonder if this is where I'm supposed to go, or is this the detour? Oh, right. It's yeah. Okay. So let's keep going. I haven't seen the blinking red light. Oh, there we are. Right when I mentioned it. Oh well, okay. So, what do we work with now? And even more candles. There's something on fire there, but wait, it looks bigger than a candle, that one.
I returned home with a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed. It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
In time, yes, that is true. Question, why did you have a pocket full of stolen ash? And why did you keep holding that ash? I mean, especially if it was like a burnt person. Like, even if it's someone close to you, that's... I don't know, caressing that ash in your hands sounds kinda creepy, man. I'm not sure I'm following your logic here. I probably can't climb that, but I might as well just give it a shot. I can! Okay. I want to see what that light is coming... Oh. What is that? Again. The medical supplies, syringes, bandages, the bottle of something, and a defibrillator. Defibrillator. The thing that you jumpstart hearts with. I can't speak today. Okay, anyway. So, what about this fire here then? Is that just a candle? Or, because it looks bigger than a candle. Well, okay, it's more than one candle. Fine. Yeah, okay, sure. And something else. Pictures of the car crash. Right. I don't suppose there's anything in here though. But I'm already this far, I might as well check. Huh. Maybe there is. Okay. Another paint bucket. Why is there like, okay, I know that's the paint we've been using, or he or she or whatever has been using to make the markings, but why an altar for the paint bucket? I don't really follow. Huh. Well, I guess we can go forward though. Not sure what these structures are. I mean, foundations of something, or I guess they could be like remains of things where boats have once maybe been, but I'm not sure. They look a little odd. But I don't know. I'm not an expert on like how like scaffolding for boats is supposed to work. More candles again. I'm starting to think this place isn't real. Is that Esther? Could be. Yeah, but I don't know. So... I was wondering, like... if it would be like a mirror image of like a chemical formula where every single joint just says no, but I don't know. Pretty interesting sight, though. But I have to give credit, like, for the... I don't know if this game is, like, significantly different from the original PC version, like, there's the console landmark edition thing, and again... Yeah, and here's the exhaust pipe part we saw near the boat, remember? I knew it was something. That's pretty cool. Okay. But yeah, I was about to say that, like, I don't know if this is significantly different when there's the console version, the landmark edition, but this creates some pretty interesting things to look at, some real thought-provoking stuff.
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be summoned into activity.
Right. I remember that mug. That mug was in the cabin where they talked about Jacobson the first time. Him, around him, shown around him, heaven from a light from heaven shone around him. Okay. Duly noted. Alright, so heaven is involved too. That's great. That is a weird sound.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Right. Oh, and that means those. Yikes. That's some pretty powerful stuff and imagery. Ooh. Wow. Like that. Ooh. I don't know, it gives me like it gives like an artistical goosebump feeling in a powerful way. That I don't know why. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Oh! Eggs in a nest. Right. Huh, okay, sure. Well, this little part looks similar to the very beginning, but that could just be the same asset that actually meant to be much, but... Huh. So maybe that's the way forward then. I'm still saying we might be going to that blinking red light at the end, and then that might be the end, but I don't know, we'll see. It has been quite the journey so far, though. For a game where you just walk and look around, it has been pretty interesting. Like, seriously. Wow. And more barbed wire. I mean, that is an accident always waiting to happen.
I will drag my leg behind me. I will drag it like a crumpled hatchback, tires blown and sparking across the dimming lights of my vision. I'm running out of painkillers and am following the flicker of the moon home. When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they restarted his heart with the jump leads from a crumpled hatchback. It took 21 attempts to convince it to wake up.
Okay, wait. There's someone there. See that? I don't feel comfortable. He's not moving though, so I don't. Well, it looks like someone. It could just be some. Oof. I don't like it. Don't sing at me, game. This is already...
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Right. Paper boat without a bottom. Right. Oh, come on. There was someone here. That's even worse when there's now nothing. Oh, I'm not at all happy. Ugh. And as he was proceeding on his journey. Right. I really don't have any clue what to expect. Like, I'm almost expecting a jump scare or something, because like that was pretty creepy, man. That oh. And was come I hear to damn I can't make that out. My angle on that is too low. Again, eat nor drink, right?
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
He became his syphilis. So did Donnelly go from Venus to Mercury then? I mean, okay. That's something. It's an old saying where they used to treat syphilis with mercury back in the day before antibiotics, and from Venus to Mercury because it's an STD. Learned that from some Jack the Ripper lore back in the day.
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things will not be a coincidence.
So is the diagram of the anti-lock brakes we've been seeing that looks like an electricity thing? Okay, thank you. That actually now, yeah, again, it was staring me in the face, but I don't know what a diagram of an anti-lock brake is. Right, okay. And again, the flashlight would be nice, but I think it broke down into the caves there. And once again. Yeah. Same kinds of chemical diagrams, kinda. It's always a little bit different with the ethanol one, but anyway, the ethanol basic form is always there. Unfenced cliff ahead, keep away from fuse. Right, extreme danger. Cliff edge something. Right. Came to pass that as it made on journey. Man, that's hard to read. I'm not sure anymore. Something came to pass journey and oh fuck.
Come back.
I will, but so that happened too. Okay. Oops. Death count 2. Oh well. Live and learn again. I'm a pro at video games and everything, yeah. Oh man. This is a tight squeeze though. Ah.
A gull perched on a spent bonnet, sideways, whilst the sirens fell through the middle distance and the metal moaned in grief about us. I'm about this night in walking, old bread and gull bones, old Donnelly at the bar gripping his drink, old Esther walking with our children, old Paul as ever, old Paul. He shakes and he shivers and he turns off his lights alone.
Right. So was that Donnelly then? I don't know, maybe. Ooh, the wind is blowing. Can we reach the top? And yeah, I'm gathering that he's going slow because the leg problem, so it is the narrator, it's the dude then. I'm thinking at least. Not the one that was just speaking, but all the ones times before that. That is a view, though. That is a view. Again, something probably came to be, or pass. And we are indeed reaching the red blinking light. I am kind of like worried though. Who was that figure on the rock there earlier?
twin vapor trails in the air. White lines etched into these rocks.
Oh. Oh! Okay.
Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Oh, so Donnelly was Oh. Oh. Don't do that. The leg's not gonna like it. If you still have it. Ah. I don't think that's gonna help. Yeah, anti-lock brakes. I get it, sure. Oh. I saw a shadow of a bird below me, so am I now a bird? So yeah, Paul Jakobsen and Esther Donnelly. This has been pretty interesting. Like, I can't really say that I understood everything here. But it's sure like it stimulates the brain, that's for sure. So what I could gather is that, well, if Esther was Esther Donnelly, is she the daughter? Because I'm forgetting, like, I don't usually differentiate, like, in my normal language, like, men and women, like him and her. It just blurs together for me. So I don't remember if they ever mentioned Donnelly being a man or a woman before this. I was assuming it was a man, but I don't know. So either Esther Donnelly is the one who wrote something before this narrator was here, and here's the shadow again of the bird, or he's the actual Esther Donnelly, or his her daughter. And Paul Jakobsen was some dude who died of whatever from the goats. But the gist of it was, a drunk driver did some damage. It could have been the narrator himself. And that tragedy just led to the narrator being here and reaching, I'm thinking, the end of his life. I mean, that's the only thing I can really gather from that. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked this. I really did. It was like, I didn't know what I was expecting, but it sure was a lot more beautiful and more varied too, and just more thought-provoking than I thought. Like, at first I was a bit skeptical, but it really did come together, I think. And it felt so rewarding to, at the end, see that I saw that, like, exhaust pipe before, and it was meaningful to the experience, so that it was like a hint towards like what had happened. It was really cool that it sort of rewarded that when I noticed it. It felt real good. I really did. This was cool. It was really cool. Like, I've played some quote unquote walking simulators where the story really doesn't, or the events really don't come together, and the overall result is downright boring. I've had those. This was not one of them. I liked this. This was pretty good. And also the sound design and musical sort of cues really felt like they were spot on and meaningful. And yeah, the Chinese room indeed. I've heard the Machine for Pigs isn't like the best Amnesia, but it's not a bad game, like just not like the first one. It might be interesting, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe one day. I don't think I own it yet, but we'll see. But yeah, that was Dear Esther Landmark Edition. And I am so glad I played this. I feel profound. That was good. But that is the finale and the end of this little Let's Play series. I truly hope you liked this. If you want more like this, let me know. Leave a like or a comment and subscribe if you want to. And I will hopefully see you again next time.